Hello everybody, welcome back to the channel. If you're new here, we talk about all things fandom on this channel. We talk about it in a positive way. If that's something that appeals to you, you've come to the right place. We're so happy to have you here today. And today also happens to be Terrifying Tuesday on this channel where we talk about all things horror. Now, that being said, I thought we'd do something a little bit different today. I like to, towards this time of the year, watch a lot of really scary movies. And some of the movies that I end up watching are, of course, Chucky and Annabelle. But what if I told you there were some alternatives to those? Because everybody knows those. But what if I told you there's some you may not have heard of or some you may have forgotten about that you could watch this Halloween season? So here are 5 alternatives to Chucky and Annabelle you should watch this Halloween. Alright, so like I said, everybody knows who Chucky and Annabelle are. And if you don't, you need to check out those movies this Halloween. If you're starting to get into scary movies and have never been into scary movies, those are kind of nice entry-level franchises for this theme that we're going to be talking about today. And I say this because over the years, so many of those types of movies have been made. And those have risen to the top of pop culture. Everybody knows exactly who they are. They know what they do in the franchise. They know not to mess with them. And Chucky has kind of gotten to the point where he is a parody of himself sometimes. Now, of course, Curse of Chucky came out, and that sort of revitalized Chucky back into a horror icon rather than taking him into the campy sort of parody format that he had gone into for a little bit. That's not to say I didn't enjoy that sort of comical look at his films, because I really did enjoy the comical films every bit as much as I enjoyed the serious ones. Now, Annabelle, however, is the ultimate in scary killer dolls. But what if I told you that there's some things that are scarier than them? So here are 5 alternatives you could be watching this year. Coming in at number 1 is Charlotte. And Charlotte is a 2017 film directed by Colin Campbell and John Edward Lee. Now, here's the premise of this movie. Charlotte doesn't try to kill her victims. Instead, she ties them up and she forces them to watch little horror short stories. That's right, this is an anthology series and Charlotte is the wraparound. Now, it's a really cool concept because Charlotte is actually very scary in this film. It's an excellent little wraparound, and it's one that has kind of started to gain a little bit of traction. People start to watch it and learn about it every year since its release. I can see this one getting to be as big as maybe Chucky, but I like the idea that it's an anthology series and wouldn't want them to take it out of that. In the movie, this girl is babysitting and Charlotte ties her up and forces her to watch little short horror movies. So it's a nice anthology series. If you haven't seen it, make sure you check it out this Halloween. Coming in at number 2 is Susie from the movie May. And May is actually a 2002 movie, though I have heard it called a 2003 movie from various places as well. But officially, according to all accounts, it's a 2002 movie. Directed by Lucky McKee. May follows a troubled girl suffering from a lazy eye that sees herself alienated from most children. She's sort of bullied and made fun of, and then her mother gives her Susie. And Susie is there to serve as a friend, and while this is a nice little thing that her mom does, it's just Susie is not something a normal little girl would want. So we see May grow into a young adult, and she still has the awkwardness, and she meets a young man obsessed with fixing cars. Now this man takes a shine to her, and May's strangeness ultimately ends up driving this guy to leave. He doesn't want to be a part of it. And the movie is strange because she's continuing to hold on to Susie, and Susie seems to be someone that she's talking to, that, it's just a whole odd situation. It's a really cool film, and I urge you to check this one out if you've never seen it. I don't want to give too much away about the movie May, just that's the basic premise. That's why it's on this list. And you have to watch the movie if you've never seen it. Next up on our list is another movie, and this movie actually has been out for a long time, and I feel like it's one of the ones that's a little bit underrated. And that movie is Dolly Dearest. Now, this movie's cool because it came out in 1991 and was directed by Maria Leese. And this is about a possessed doll just like Annabelle. However, this movie did it first. And the title of this movie shares the name with the possessed kid's toy. And it's situated in a way that's kind of different. There's an underground Mayan tomb from which an evil spirit was unleashed. This evil spirit takes the form of Dolly Dearest and takes refuge in the hands of a child that it ultimately finds its way to. Now, from there, strange occurrences begin to haunt the family and things begin to really get dangerous. This movie is a lot of fun, and like I said, it predates Annabelle, so if you want something that predates Annabelle that is really scary, this one might be the way to go. It's a very underrated film. Next up is Lilith from the movie Finders Keepers. Finders Keepers was released in 2014, and it was directed by Alexander Yelling. And I'm sorry if I mispronounced that name. So the premise of this movie is simple. The daughter of a recently divorced mother becomes obsessed with Lilith that she finds in their home. And that's where things go awry. This is actually one of the ugliest looking toys you've ever seen in your life. It's the type of thing that if you saw it, please turn around and run. Don't pick it up. It's only gonna be bad news. That's a guarantee. That is an absolute guarantee. You see this, run the other way. That's just a fact. You see that, run the other way. But the little girl gets obsessed with it, and from there, everything goes south in the movie, and it's really a fun movie. If you've never seen it, I urge you to check it out. And the next movie on our list is a little bit harder to find, but if you can find it, definitely check it out. It's the last movie on our list, and it is one that's on the list because it's a very unique take on this premise. And that is Heidi. And Heidi is a 2017 movie directed by Daniel Ray. The movie actually combines the premise of the killer toys with found footage, delivering an unsettling little narrative about two boys who discover Heidi, the killer doll in question. And upon discovering her, strange events begin to occur. And this leads them to believe that Heidi is more than just a creepy abandoned toy. And the thing about this one is that this, again, is a creepy looking little toy. And if you see it, run the other way. It's not as creepy as Lilith, but, this movie is very different from what you'd imagine. This movie is actually pretty good. I enjoyed this movie a lot, and I urge you to check it out if you've never seen it. Now, that, my friends, has been 5 alternative movies to Chucky and Annabelle that you could watch this Halloween. And if you have others that I didn't put on this list, or there are some that you think I should check out, definitely let me know in the comments below. If you have any that you don't think I've seen that I should check out, I want to watch them. And as always, friends, I want to hear from you in the comments below. each and every one of you. Just remember to be nice to each other in our comments. We are, after all, just a group of friends talking about the fandoms we love. So definitely leave me a comment in the comment box below. And then don't forget to share this video with all of your friends so they can be a part of our crazy conversation. And then, friends, you're going to want to hit that like button if you enjoy the positive talk about your fandoms, because the algorithm may not be giving you all positive videos. And if that's the case, hitting like on channels that are talking positive about your fandoms may actually increase that algorithm of positive content. And then if you're enjoying our channel personally, you're going to want to hit subscribe, and you're going to want to hit that notification bell right next to it so that you don't miss a single video we do. Because, friends, let's face it, at the end of the day, I know it and you know it, fandom is family.